All right, good afternoon. This is Possum.
And I'm Frosty. And together we are Frosty Possum.
Today we are reviewing, spoiler free, a movie that is now on Tubi called How to Kill Monsters. This is from 2023, so it's relatively new. And what can I say? I mean, it's a fun movie.
It's comedy horror.
Comedy horror.
Actually, it's a cosmic comedy horror.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so guys, we appreciate y'all joining us again. We're look forward to doing these for you guys. We also want to take the opportunity to tell y'all that Every Bit of Horror is starting a new series. We're calling it Fantastic Accounts. And what we're doing is actually wanting to begin interviewing individuals who have real occurrences. And there's hopefully at the time that I post this video, I'm going to have one of our first fantastic accounts. I believe that Possum is going to share a story and I'm going to share a story. But we're wanting to get you guys to participate as well. So if you have an instance, a paranormal experience or with a ghost or a cryptid or just something spooky that struck you the wrong way or the right way, depending on how you want to look at it, please comment in the section with your name and kind of express your interest in doing that. And I will be getting in touch with you to set up an interview so that we can tape your account. And again, we are going to try to start doing these on a weekly basis, just like we're doing the reviews and those types of things. And we welcome everybody, anybody who has. We are not out to call people liars. We are not out to make fun of them. We're wanting to be supportive. And a lot of times, these things are extremely scary. So we want to be respectful of that type of thing, and we plan to.
Yeah. Okay. But back to our movie review. Did How to Kill Monsters scare you?
While it was a very pleasant comedy horror, there were scenes in which, and again, this is a spoiler free, so we don't want to go into a whole lot of detail, but there's a good bit of gore in this particular movie and a good bit of excitement. And so there were a few times there that I did get a little scared with it. Nothing in particular that struck out, but I believe you're going to be surprised at the different things that happen. I think that it's going to make a few people scared at different parts of it. But there's a lot of comedy in it too, so it's kind of like you get scared and then you laugh, and so that's good.
All right. Do you feel like this story needed to be made into a movie?
And again, I want to say this. When I'm looking at that particular area of the movie, one of the things that I look at is it entertaining? Mm-hmm. Because ultimately, if a movie is not entertaining, it definitely shouldn't have been made. It's basically a waste of our time. And I definitely feel that this movie is entertaining. Does it do things for our genres? No. I mean, it's basically the same story to a large extent. I would not spend, there's no argument that I can make that this is that much different or that's laying new grounds for the field or that type of thing. But I do find that it's very entertaining, and so I do feel like that it should have been made.
Yeah, and I agree with that. There were aspects of this that were scary. There were aspects of this that were very gory. There were a couple of times that my fear meter kind of went off. That inside tension of, what's going to happen next, and being kind of a little afraid for the characters.
Well, and I do think this is definitely one of those movies that knows what it is. It's like a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
It makes fun of itself.
Tongue
So
in cheek, yeah.
right, and they know that, and it gets a little bit cheesy in different places, but that's okay. I mean, the laughs make up for it. I think they did an exceptional job with that. I definitely laughed in this movie, and a lot of times when I'm watching comedy horrors or horror comedies, I really don't find the stuff that funny. It's just it worked out very
Trying
well.
too hard, yeah.
Right.
And this one really doesn't, but it does. It's like it knows what it is and it goes for it. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Agreed.
Theatrically, the lighting was good. The story was good. There's some twists and turns that were surprising.
The comedy was
The
good.
comedy was very good. A little on the silly side. I would say that this is in the same vein as maybe Shaun of the Dead or Evil Dead.
I agree with that.
Ash versus Evil.
Yeah.
Kind of knows that what it is and goes for it. It's silly, without going over the top, without it believes in itself. So that's always good. I hate these movies that kind of are winking at the audience. This one, the characters just go for it.
Well, and it's a sophisticated type of comedy at times too. You got to pay close attention. If you look away for a split second, or if you're not paying attention, you may miss the joke. May go right over the top of your head.
Yeah.
But there is some cheesy chapstick kind of stuff, especially the further you go into the movie.
So if you have to cover your eyes, like open your fingers a little bit
Yeah.
so you can see.
Exactly.
Okay. What about the sexy aspects of the movie?
There's, again, we're going to have to, I guess, purposefully find one, because so far all the movies that we reviewed, we're not getting into it. They did have on some, there were several females, and they were wearing Halloween costumes, but not anything that inappropriate or that left your
Well, really-
imagination.
Really not even any
No,
any
it's
cleavage showing.
yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, 0 to 10 possum tails, I would say this is about a 1 as
Yeah.
far as sex appeal.
However, let me point out that 3 of the women, they had on the tops of their dresses were inverted pentagrams.
I noticed that.
That's the way it goes. Now that is actually it wasn't done for the movie. That was actually a fashion thing. I've seen that on models and other things. But I just thought it was kind of weird. Worked, and it was very appropriate for the movie, but it was just a little strange.
And I'm not even for certain what the rating is. That's one of the things you and I talked about earlier, that we were going to start including the ratings
Right.
on them. And again, we apologize for that. We're learning as we go, and so that's one of the things that we're going to start doing whenever we're doing our intro. We're trying to give y'all the year where we're watching it at, because we're trying to find free movies for you guys as much as possible, and rating is important.
Did the BS meter for yourself go off?
It did a couple times, but you know how I kind of feel about that. A lot of times when I point those things out, I'm giving away too much info when we're doing spoiler free. I do or will talk about the BS meter more if we wind up doing a spoiled rotten review of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in what our friends think. I hope they put that in the comments after they get through watching. They can come back and tell me what they think was not kosher. But at this time, I don't really have anything that I feel wouldn't be a spoiler.
Well, and I tend to take things face value, so there was nothing in this that really stood out as something that was unbelievable other than the storyline. But within the context of the storyline, I didn't have any trouble with it.
There's no part of it that would prevent me from recommending this to people to watch, as far as that goes.
Well, according to this, there is no rating on this. So my rating would be, because of the language, because of the intense gore, I would give this an R rating on a scale of 1 to 10. But also, I tend not to look at that. I've gone to movies that were rated R, and why is this not PG-13? And then I've gone to some PG-13 movies, and oh my God, this should have been rated R.
Well, I would say that this is probably hitting that PG-16. I mean, I've noticed that's the rating. We really need to get us a list of that for when we have these movies that aren't, because they do now. Whenever you're looking at it, they've got Y7, they got 16, and they got there's all kinds of ratings now. Now, are they the official ratings? I'm not for sure.
Well, my rating is that this is would be okay for middle to older teens, all the way up to adults.
Right.
Somebody, right, the hound of the basketballs. Somebody that's like 14 or so, I would say the parents with parental guidance. But anybody under 12, definitely this is not a movie for them.
You don't have to worry about nudity in this movie or sexual content as far as that goes, but there is a good bit of gore.
Yeah, gore and the language.
Yes.
So, there's that. Okay, so not going to talk about the BS meter. Now, do you recommend this movie?
Oh, absolutely. This is a good one, and I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10 warm possums for this, because again, I do recommend it. The laughs. I mean, for it to be a comedy horror. I mean, you watched it with me. How many times did I literally laugh at it?
Oh, well, we both were laughing.
And that's not my normal. You got to be funny for me to.
He started this movie at his house and got about 10 minutes in and got to a point he goes, "Oh no, I got to share this one," and turned it off.
And immediately
looked delighted like a little kid at Christmas. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 Possum Tails. Even though the gore is there, this movie at some points they take it seriously, but it's so silly that it was a lot of fun. Like I said, Shaun of the Dead, it's making fun of itself, kind of, sort of.
Excellent first date movie, excellent party movie. Would be great for Halloween. I figure this is going to be one that we add to our Halloween list and that sort of thing. So
yeah, I would say this is worth a rewatch down the road.
Yes, I agree.
And so we recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Anybody that's not bothered by the gore or the language. And so when my kids were younger, I would have let my son watch this. My little girl
sent to her friend's house for the night
probably,
or something.
or we're watching a scary movie. You can sit here if you want or not. and probably she would have like taken one look, gone ew gross, and left.
Yeah. I do want to take the opportunity to remind you guys. I know we just talked about it at first, but every bit of horror is starting a new series. It's going to be called Fantastic Accounts. If you've ever had an experience, supernatural, paranormal, just creepiness, anything like that, please put us some comments about it. And especially if you're willing to participate in an interview for our series, we plan to interview you if you're willing to do so, and get those things posted on our channel as well. But again, we appreciate your views. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing, and we'll see you guys next time.
Right. So this is the Possum,
And I am Frosty.
and
Together we are Frosty Possum.